So you found a house, the offer was accepted, and everyone started planning the move. And then suddenly, well, the deal fell apart. Yes, this does happen sometimes. So the question is this: what happens next, and who keeps the earnest money? Well, that's what we're going to be discussing today, my friends. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in to 2-Minute Tuesday. I just want to quickly ask that if this video enlightens you in any way, please subscribe to the channel. When you subscribe, you're signing up for long-term value and weekly videos that break down real estate terms, share tips for buyers and sellers, and help you think through the lifestyle side of real estate decisions. The purpose of the series is to educate buyers, sellers, and investors just like you, so you can make better informed choices before problems show up. Now, as I mentioned a moment ago today, we're talking about what really happens when a real estate deal falls apart. Well, first, let's acknowledge something important. Deals fall apart more often than people think. It might happen because of, well, financing issues, inspection problems, appraisal gaps, job changes, and cold feet, which is a common one to name a few. Real estate transactions have many moving parts, and many of them, well, they can shift, causing a whole cascade that causes the deal to fall apart. The first question everyone asks is about the earnest money. Earnest money is the buyer's good faith deposit that shows serious intent to purchase the home. It typically is held in an escrow by a title company or brokerage until closing. When a deal collapses, that money does not automatically go to one side or another. The purchase contract determines who gets it, and this is where contingencies matter and why they are important. If the buyer cancels within a contingency period, such as inspection, financing, or appraisal, the earnest money is usually returned back to the buyer. Now, these contingencies exist specifically to protect the buyer when unexpected issues appear. For example, if a home inspection reveals, well, major structural problems and the buyer decides to walk away within the inspection window, the earnest money typically goes back with the buyer. But if the buyer walks away without a contractual reason, the outcome, well, it can change. For example, if all contingencies have been removed and the buyer backs out simply because they changed their mind, well, the seller may be entitled to the earnest money. Now, that money can compensate the seller for lost time and for taking the home off the market. And sometimes, well, disagreements do happen. When both parties believe that they deserve the earnest money, the funds usually stay in an escrow until both sides sign a release agreement or a legal resolution is reached. The escrow holder cannot release the money without mutual consent. Now let's talk about what both sides should do next. For sellers, the focus shifts back to the market. The home goes back to active status, and the agent evaluates pricing, marketing, and feedback from the failed transaction. Often the second buyer comes along faster because the home already has momentum. For buyers, well, the next step is reflection and regrouping. Now, what caused the deal to fail? Was it financing? Was it inspection concerns? Was it timing? There could be a number of things that go wrong here or that triggered this. Understanding the reason helps prevent the same issue in the next transaction. But here's the bigger insight that most people overlook. A failed deal feels emotional, but is often part of the process. Many successful purchases happen after a previous contract falls through. The key is responding quickly and strategically instead of emotionally. Buyers will gain clarity, sellers gain feedback, both sides move forward with better information than before. And that's looking at the bright side of a failed deal, of course. So if you find yourself in a situation in which a deal falls apart, friends, it's not the end of the world. Things can work out and perhaps work out better in your favor as well. And friends, that is going to wrap up this video. As always, thanks for tuning in to another 2-Minute Tuesday. If this video helped you understand what happens when a deal falls apart, subscribe to the channel for weekly real estate insights that bring long-term value to your buying and selling decisions. As always, talk to a realtor about how earnest money and contract terms apply to your specific situation. And if you happen to be in California looking to buy or sell, I'm a real estate agent right here in Orange County. Feel free to reach out to me. All my contact information is down below. But friends, that is going to be it for me. Time to turn off the cameras and get back to work. So I will see you in the next video.